Hi guys, Fabrizio here. Today we are going to have the second haircut of 2023. It's the 2nd of September today. So first we are going to attach the mower. We have to drive slowly backwards. I am in F1. Why is it so high? We lower it down 1.5. So here we have to align the tractor with the balls. If you have a heavy machine, then it has to be rather perfect. I think this is good. You have to make them here a little slow, a little. You can use the buttons. So this is good. At the other side. So now they are aligned and we can use the buttons here. Have to be in the center. It's not completely in the center, so we have to lower it a little bit. It has to be in the center, else you will not take it. Okay, now they are in the center. And then we latch. Now they are locked. This is a lot easier than the balls, than the circles, the round circles that I had with the previous tractor. But it's still a pain to have the machine correctly aligned. Especially when it's a heavy machine. If it's a lighter machine and you can move it, then you can move the machine. It's easier. But with this, it has to be aligned perfectly. We attach the third point. To take it out a little bit. Yeah, now it's in place. And then we attach the drive shaft. Now we have the hydraulics, the other side. Here I marked the hydraulics with a band here. So the hydraulic with the band, that's the plus. In that way it's always the same. And the hydraulic without the band is the negative, the return. So then it's always the same. So we lower it again, but the machine is on the ground. Okay, now we lift the machine a little bit, and then we can fold up the foot of the machine. Okay, that's all done. What we can do now is to remove the back pin here. So the machine has a little room to move both sides. Okay, third point locked, here and here, hydraulics, PTO, and the arms are also locked, so we are ready to go. So we can lift the machine using the mouse. Okay, then we drive forward, select forward direction, slower speed. Lifting a little bit more. Okay, dan higher in F2. Okay, that's it. Point of view working conditions. You have here working conditions, and here you can select your tool. So we have the mower, and then here on the half we have these red lines here. That's how the setting should be for this machine. You can memorize it. So if you pick up another machine, then you can easily go back to the previous settings. So the lowering speed, that's the bottom one. Then the lowering speed there, and then PTO lift arm should be there, and then we raise him completely. Okay, so now we are ready to go. So to lower the machine, what we do, now we sing in the highest position, we pull the rope, and then we give pressure to one of the two to raise the machine. We keep the rope pulled. Okay, now it's done. We release the rope, and then we can lower the machine using the lift, this button here. Now it's in raise position, and then with the hydraulics, these two buttons here, we can lower the machine. How these ones are set, then we have to go to the hydraulics, and then here we have the back hydraulics. That's the green one, this one, and here we can adjust the pressure if we want. Then he will go up and down faster, and we can set a timer. Now the timer is set to 4 seconds. So if we push this button, then the pressure will be applied for 4 seconds. That's it. Now this one here is the PTO. We switch it on, and here we give it the revs. They are already programmed to give it 540 revs per minute. How we do that? We can switch on the revs here, and then with these buttons you can adjust the revs until you get 540 here in the display, or you can go here to the touch screen and you go to working conditions, and then instellingen, settings, and then here you can set the revs of the button 2 on and button 1. So that's already set now for 540. 1970, you can you have a label here, 1970 540 and 1546 for 540E. You can adjust here if you want. You can adjust here the speed. So that's how you do that work. So now we switch on the PTO. First we select here the field mode button at the back, and the turtle. Then the speeds are lower. F2 6.5 kilometers per hour and F1 3.4. I will show you how I use those two ones. So now we can switch on the PTO. Okay. We give it a revs with F2. Now we are in F2, we select forward direction, and we just use the throttle for the first round. So the more we push the throttle, the faster we go. What we can do also is hit the cruise. Then it will take us, we slow it down a little bit, 6 miles per hour. Now we are in cruise mode. And if we come at the corner and we want to slow down, we can use this thumb wheel here, or we can also switch to the F1 gear. Then we are at 3.4. So now we come at the corner, what we do, we hit the turtle and we are in F1, and the attractor automatically slows down. And then we can take the corner more easily. There are some branches here, so we stop him, we lift, go back a little bit. Forward, lower the machine and hit the cruise F2 again, and then the cruise. I find it easier to work with two speeds, F1 and F1 and F2, than to change the target speed always with the wheel thumb. So I find that easier. But it's up to you how you want to work. So now we are in cruise mode. What I prefer also to do, if we come at a sharp corner, I switch off the cruise and I take over by foot. Then I'm sure that I'm stopping when I release the foot. So now I release the foot, lift the machine, reverse direction. Forward direction, lower the machine, we are still in F2, and when we are straight, we hit the cruise. This corner we don't have to switch off the. We go F1, then we are a little bit slower. We go straight, lift the machine, reverse, still in cruise mode, so it will stop automatically. And then if you want to go a little bit faster, then you use the pedal. Forward direction, lower the machine, F2, and cruise is taking off to the target speed. In cruise mode, now we are in cruise mode, 6 kilometers per hour, but if you want to go faster, you just push the throttle and then you go faster. Even if you are set on 6 kilometers per hour. It's the same with your car. When you have set the cruise speed at 100 kilometers per hour and you push the accelerator, you go faster than 100 kilometers per hour. It's the same here with this tractor. So at the corner, here it's again sharp corner, what I do, I switch off the cruise and I continue. I forgot to lower the machine. That's not so good, it doesn't matter. Reverse. So at a more difficult corner, I switch off the cruise. Then I am more in control with the throttle. Lower the machine, F2 and cruise. If it's too slow, according to your findings, then with the thumb wheel you can raise the speed to 6.5 kilometers per hour, for example. Here we come at the corner, the turtle, we go to F1, slower, then we lift the machine, reverse, and then if you want to go a little bit faster, we can adjust it there, or then just hit the pedal. If you can take the corner, then you don't have to stop. Here at the corner, switch off the cruise, continue with the pedal. Lift the machine, reverse, forward direction, and we lower the machine. F1, no, F2, and cruise. So that's it, guys. That's how it works on the T5 Autocommand. It's a pleasure to work. It's yeah, it's really good. Here at the corner, the turtle. Then we go a little bit slower. Eventually we can use the throttle. Lift the machine, reverse. Forward, lower machine, F2 and cruise. Throttle, then we go a little bit faster. Forward direction, it's lower machine. F2, cruise. It was already on cruise, sorry. So guys, that's how we mow. And thank you for watching. The next thing is the hay tedding. I will show you also how to unhook the machine later. Now we switched off the PTO, but it's still running. We push the throttle here, and then we stop the PTO, and then it's still free spinning. And we can see there the PTO revs, 120, 110, and when it's on 0, then we can release that button, else it will stop immediately, and that's not so good for the machine. So in 50, 30, well, you can release it, it's not a problem, but it's better not to do it. So to raise the machine, we lower him to the ground, then we use the lift to higher him up as maximum as you can, then we pull the rope and we give pressure to lower the machine, and then he's lifting. So that's it, and now he's locked in place and we can go to the next field. So guys, the mowing of 2023 is done. I cleaned the whole machine. I greased them and I cleaned them. Normally during the year I just clean them with air, and the last time, like now, I clean them with water and then I grease everything. So the greasing I do also lightly during the year. So he's ready for next year. Just dry him up a little bit, clean off the grease there, and then he's ready for next year. Gently drive him back. We are in F1. Just with the foot throttle. Maybe a little bit straighter. That's good. Let them down. I think that's quite enough. Like to have a little bit closer to the wall. I don't have much room here. I think that this is good. Parking brake is on. Now we release the stand here. Done. Now we can unhook. He will not fall up, so that's okay. This, and now we use the buttons to lower him. See that we can, oh, too hard. So, remove the PTO, the rope, and the hydraulics. Now he's down, you can lower him. Using the buttons, we can lower him, so that's really easy. And now we still have to remove the hydraulic hoses. So guys, that's done. That's done for this year. Now the hay tedding is next. So guys, next is the hay tedding. So first we are going to attach the hay tedder. What I do is I prefer to measure the distance between the center of the balls, and then here we adapt the lift. So the center of the balls, we are at 88, so we measure here, it's 100. That's 93. That's about 88. So that's done. So now we are going to drive back the machine and attach the hay tedder. Up you. Your little that's about good. So now we put on the parking brake. You see that the balls are centered. And then with the buttons on the side, we can lift them up. The balls are centered. That should be locked. It is locked. Then we attach the PTO. PTO. Then we have the third point. We have to lift them a little bit. That's locked, that's good. Then we can attach the hydraulics. We will use a manual spool for it, the black one. Oh no, I have two hydraulics, that's right. The thin one, that's the hydraulic for opening and closing the one. That one we use an hydraulic spool. And then this other hydraulic, that's for releasing the brake, the lock on the machine. I made that myself. So for that one I use a manual spool. Now we can lift him a little bit. And then we can take up the wheel here. Okay. We release the back latches, so now we are ready to go. So inside the cab we go here to the touchscreen, and then we have the working condition, and then we select our tool, JF-Stoll 755, and then here we have the settings. They are already remembered from the last time. So if we pull all at the red line, so if we lower the 3 point there, and you see the line above is going to the red mark. So now all the settings are the same as last time. If you change something, for example, you can see, then you can, so the settings of the last time are restored. That's the thing what happens here. Now we are ready to go. So we go to the first field. It's very wet here. It has been a lot of rain on Friday, but it's okay. We have to do it. Now we are now Sunday, the 3rd of February, and we are expecting all week sunny weather until 30 degrees this week. It's very strange for beginning of September that it's so hot, but it will stay. The weather will stay nice until Sunday, and then it will be a little bit less. So we should have plenty of time to do the second cut of hay. So the engine is warm, but we will go to a field a little bit nearer, and then we do this field here at the end. We are a little bit low on gas, but it should be okay. So now we are on F2, we switch to F3. Take it back a little bit. Now we are on stick. So if you push forward, you go faster. And if you pull back, you go slower. Here we are at the field. Pull back the stick. We line up here. And we pull back the stick completely, then we stop. I put him in neutral, the button, turtle, then the speeds are lower, and we go in F2. So now we, let's see, maybe I should show you. So now it's ready, we switch on PTO. That's okay. Now we give it a rest. Normally it's 450 E. Maybe I forgot to set them on 450 E. Now it's set on 450. It should be 450 E. Now you have to keep the button pressed until he slows down. But you can, you see what happens, but okay. 450 E. Switch on PTO, and then we give it the refs. That's 450 E, and now we can go. So select forward direction, and then we lower the machine, and then we can go. That's good. And we are off a tedding. With all the settings the same as they were the last time, and it's correct. Okay. Now we are on foot mode, not mode, we are on foot, so I'm on pedal now. Here the corners I will go straight. Else we blow everything in the corner. With the pedal I release and we slow down. And then we lift the machine. Reverse. Forward. Maybe we set the aggressivity on 2 and lower the machine. And we are off again. That's a smooth corner, so we take it slowly, slower. We release the foot pedal, and here we are straight, and we accelerate a bit again. And even we can go in cruise, so it will takes us to 5.7 kilometers per hour. Keep an eye in the back mirror that we don't hit the border. I switch off the cruise and continue by foot. Raise the machine, go back. Forward. Lower. We drive a little bit outside, so we clean up. We pull everything back into the field. Okay, that's done. That's the first pass. Let's try to use the GPS to do the straight lines. Cut the refs. And then I will try to set up the GPS for the straight lines. So here we do het put in inverter. Instellingen, settings, and then you type work, and that's your machine, your JF-Stoll. And then here you have, that's not right here, the width of the, oh yeah, it's right, the width of the tool, it's 4.5 meters, that's the width of the tool, and the width of the piece you work, I've set it on 4.2 meters, and the distance between the center of the tractor, that is, well, the center where the GPS is placed, and the machine is 1.5 meters, that you have to do here. Then you go back into work, and then you have GPS oppervlakte, and then here you can select your field. Well, we are going to select, we are not going to use a stored field, so we take a new field and we call it X, enter, and then the company also X, and then the field we call it also X. Okay, that's done. GPS basis, then that's to register your work done. We set that on automatic, and then the GPS lines. Now we are going to make a straight line, so we give it a revs again, select forward direction, and now we set straight line, and set A, accept, switch on the thing, set A. Now if he has set B, set A. Now we drive forward until we are at the end of the field. Well, you don't have to drive at the end of the field, but, and you see now it's painting in green. So here we are at the end of the field. Something like here. We lift the machine. And now we set B. Now he has drawn a line AB, and then automatically he draws all the lines set at the width of your machine. So now we drive back. I give it a revs again. The headlines, we can't do the headlines like this, so it's only the straight lines that we can do with the GPS. Of course, the first line will be maybe out of line, we will see. So we now drive back, and then normally it should be around there. It should be around here. You see, he took the line is red, then we push the auto steer, and he steers it by himself. So now we are on GPS. Yeah, that's, he warns you when you're coming at the near of the field. Okay. We lift the machine, go back. We do the headlines manually. Now we take the next field. As you see, the red line. Normally we should have that one. Select forward, auto steer. You see? And then we lower the machine, and now he keeps track on that red line. So we are 5 centimeters, 3 centimeters off. Again, we lift, we reverse, we do the small red line. We lower. Again, we are on the red line. We can push the auto steer. It will lock on the red line, and then we are just, the rest we don't have to do anything. He will steer himself, and we can concentrate on other things. See the blue there, the green, I colored it in. We reverse, lift the machine. Do this small piece of headland. We are locked on the red line, auto steer, he steers himself, and we are off. We can hit the cruise, then we can even let loose the pedal. Reverse, lift the machine. So we are still on cruise now. I didn't touch anything. Forward. And lower the machine. Then we have one pass to go. Reverse, lift the machine. Line up until we have the correct red line. Forward, hit the auto cruise, auto steer, and lower the machine. And now he's off. The beauty of this is that it also works in reverse. So you can also use the auto steer driving in reverse, then he will follow that line. So guys, that's the Hay Cut. Now we continue the rest of the fields. So now we are finished in this field. We turn off the revs. Then we push this button here, and then we switch off PTO, so it will free spin. It takes a long time, but there is not much force, so I can release the button slowly. You see? Now we have to use the hydraulics to lift the machine. That's the electronic remote. So he's locked, and then we lift him. Okay, and now we are off to the next field. Okay guys, thank you for watching, and so we continue hay tedding for the rest of the day. Thank you. Hi guys, now it's Friday today, and we mowed on Saturday, so today we are going to bale the hay in round bales. Here we are going to attach the round baler to the rake. So we drive him carefully back with the foot throttle. We lift him a little bit. That should be perfect. Now we can go outside with the buttons. Close him. Lift him a little bit. Yep. We attach the third point. Lift him using the buttons. Good. That was not necessary, this one, but I removed that one. Now we attach the drive shaft. We remove the back pins to give him some slack. Now we lift him up so we can remove him from the transport position, and that's it. Inside the cap, we go to the touchscreen working conditions, and then we select our tool, select, and then it's this one here, and now he's reconfiguring all the hydraulics or whatever it needed. And here we have the heft, the lift. You see the red lines, that are the values that we used previously. So we set them all back in the same red lines, and now everything should be like last time. So if we lift the rake, let's see, maybe because we use the buttons, we have to play around a little bit with the lift so that it gets synchronized again. And if we lift now, then everything should be set as last time, except the third point, because that one is an hydraulic third point, and that one is not set as the last time. But we can make it bigger with these buttons here, or we can use these knobs here. If we can make it bigger, That's strange. I have to look into that, but we can make it here. You see, if you use that button, then we can make it longer and shorter. And normally it should also work with this one. I don't know why. Let's go back. Hydraulic. Yeah, here. Yeah, that's strange, because normally it should also work with this one. Why did he clear them? Okay, maybe it should be 2. Okay. Okay, now we have these buttons here are now 2. So if we push them, you see, we can also adjust now the third point using these buttons here. So that's easier, so you don't have to stretch too much. That's just a nice thing to have. Okay, now we are off. Okay guys, we can go now. Use the stick to keep him going. So we don't have to use the foot. Much the mirrors. Slow down a little bit to use a stick. First we take this bit. I will not film everything, but just a little bit so that you know what's happening. But I guess you already know, but okay, that's how it is. Here we are. I forgot to lift him shut. Luckily we didn't have to turn. Okay. We set him down. Lift him a little bit. Okay, now we are going to open him. Remove the rake. With this tractor the PTO is blocked, so we don't have to take him apart completely. Just the pins that they are, we lift him up a little bit. So we don't have to take it apart completely, just the pins that are sticking out to the side of the tractor. That saves us some time. With my previous tractor, the PTO was not, you could not block the PTO. But this tractor is blocked, so normally he will not move, I hope. You see, he's locked. It's hot today, 30 degrees in September. Beginning of September, that's very unique it seems. But for hay it's good. Lift down side flaps. We will make double rows, so double rows for the round baler we need to have double rows, and the rows are thicker then. So we are ready. Transport position is off. This one is locked. This one is locked. That one is locked. Everything is ready to go. So the button and the turtle, then we are in field mode, F2, 5.5, PTO 540E. Okay, we are ready to go. So we switch on PTO. Okay, now here we have the working conditions. That red line should be a little bit more back, but we will do that when we moved on a few meters. We select forward position. You need to use the clutch when you get out of your seat, then you have to use the clutch. But when you stay in your seat, we set the aggressivity on 2, and then we lower down the machine until we are on the red line. We are off. It should be lower. Let's go back. I forgot to lower the lift. Let's go back. Okay, forward. Lower the lift and we are off. The refs, forgot to give them the refs. 540E. Yeah, the side there is a little bit uneven, so yeah, that I can't help it. I can't help it the first time around. We can hit the cruise, then we don't have to keep the foot in. At the corner we hit the cruise and we continue by foot. Take the corner. On the straight we hit the cruise again. Hit the cruise, continue by foot for the corner. And that's one pass of the field. The rows are not really thick. Maybe we can reverse, lift the machine, and then we will go around and drive the other way around. For the first pass maybe we will keep it like this, but for the next passes maybe we can forward, we can make the rows a little bit thicker. Okay guys, let's move forward and come. Keep always the camera like that. Okay. And make it a double roll, so yeah, it's really not thick. Maybe we should have triple rows. And then at the corner we keep it a little bit to get more together. And on the straight we make really double rows. So the flap of the rake should be beside, on the side of the other row. So we have really thick rows. I'll show you in a minute. And in the corners I prefer to keep them a little bit more tight. Then it's easier to pick them up. With the throttle we just remove the throttle and we go slower. We should not make them much more thicker. That's too thick. Let's go back. In the corners we should, I don't like to make the rows too thick in the corner, because else it's a bit more difficult to drive beside it. That's better. So that's first pass. Let's take it here. Let's make that headline a little bit smaller. the faster we can go straight, it's better. So here we drive. Maybe we can do it over there also. That's not a bad idea. If we can over there, we can close the over there. We can also make the head furrow land here a little bit smaller. Then we can go faster straight in the middle of the field. That's easier. So the headlights are now a little bit smaller. Well, you generate more space on the headlights. So after this pass we can go straight. Pick up again where we left off. These rows are a bit heavier, but it doesn't matter for the machine. It can handle quite some hay. So here we are, here we left off, so here we can continue. You don't have to push him too much, just don't take it completely because this row is already thicker. Let's have a second pass in the other direction so that we have double rows. Go back. Forward, lower, knee off. In the corners we take it more tight. Here we open up. Just use the foot throttle, then we can slow down at will. Here the headlines are very uneven, so we drive a little bit slower here. Here the hay is thicker, so with the baler we should drive a little bit slower, but that's okay. Now we just have to do the middle of the field, we do them straight. But first we will narrow up the headlines one more time, so that we have a little bit more room to play with. So that's how it looks like now. Now we are going to squeeze the headlines one more time, both sides, and then we can make straight rows. See, those headlines, it's very uneven, I don't know why. It's very difficult for me to make the headlines of the grass smooth. Okay, forward, lower, and we drive, but that just we have to drive slower on the headlines. The sewing machine is doing a good job, but afterwards I have to drill it, and that one makes makes the field very uneven. I don't know how I have to solve that. Now we do the same thing at the other side, and then we can go drive straight. Because in this direction the field is more even. In that direction the field is very uneven. So it's nicer to drive in that way. Then it's more comfortable. With those two lines done, we should have plenty enough to we just have to drive slower on the headlines. I can make the third point a little bit shorter, so machine is lifting a little bit higher then. Okay, now we just make the straight lines in the middle of the field. to do a good job. Maybe we can drive around the other side also, but it doesn't matter. Okay. This field is not square, so we will end up here in a point. We will see how it goes. Finished. Maybe we'll take it, no, we'll take everything together. This last row and make it a little bit bigger. Maybe now we can go over the headlights so the rows are nice and short. Should be okay. Forward, lift down, and then we pass the clean up the headlights. It's really not necessary, I think, but okay, and it looks nice. They're nice and short then. So it looks nicer. Maybe the other side too. I'll do this side too. Try to do as good a job as possible. So that we don't have to do too much by hand. Okay, that's the last pass. And then this field is done. So we do the remaining fields. It's more or less 3 times the space of this one. So it's not that much, but it has to be done. Okay guys, that's done. Now we can shut down the revs, lift up the machine, and you can reverse, keep this button pressed and shut down PTO, and then we can drive out the field, close down the machine, and then go to the next field. I will not film everything, but that's how we rake with the T5 Autocommand. Now we can let loose. Yeah. So we fold up the machine again, lower him, lift him a little bit maybe, that he doesn't touch it. And now we fold him up. He only removes the rakes that are sticking out, so that's these 3 here, so we don't have to take apart the whole machine. Here we have Sometimes it's 2, sometimes it's 3, it depends how the machine stops, but 3 is okay for me. 6 in total out of 10 rakes. So guys, this was the raking. So that's how we rake the field. We will go a little bit by hand to clean the borders and then we go to the next field. Okay guys, that was the raking. Okay guys, it's now 3 o'clock in the afternoon and we are ready for round baling. So we will attach the round baler. We use this here as far as possible out. The thick plate of the bar at the bottom side. Okay. Let's try to drive back and line up. Loose range 1. They made it very tight, you don't have much space to put that pin. I think I should go a little bit back to the left or right. Should be it, maybe. No good. Not easy to do this alone. We got them. We secure the pin. Good, that's secured, and the bucket secured, that's already done. Maybe we put the PTO in neutral so we can move a little bit. The PTO in neutral. Now we attach everything one by one. So first we do the PTO. We attach the chain here so that it doesn't turn around. That's the PTO. take the other things. We need 2 spools, one for the back door and a manual spool for the back door and one for the pickup. Okay, let's start one by one. What was it again? I don't remember. Yeah, I remember. The one with the valve here, that's the pickup. We use the manual pickup. I suppose we have to put them in the plus here. That's the tailgate. That one is marked, so we should plug him in the plus of the manual spool, and the other one should be in the minus of the manual spool. That's the hydraulics. We can open up the valve. Then we have the tail lights. We don't need them, but we will connect them anyhow. This is the 12 volt, and that one goes to the monitor. First we will attach everything, so we are out cleared of the PTO. Go to the other side. So this is the tail lights. This is 12 volt. We will wait to connect the 12 volt because I would like to open it first to check the pressure, and I don't want to do that with the controller connected, else he thinks that he has to bail. So this one has to go to the inside. So we are connected. We can now lift the I have a low battery, so we can now lift the foot here. We can now lift the foot, and then we lift him completely. We still have another wheel to mount, but we'll do that when the machine is outside. So that's okay. Now I will drive the machine out, and so guys, I drove him out already. Now we are going to place the back wheel. We do that by taking the back wheel in the back, and we switch him in, lift it up, and then when you're past this knob here, you push him in, and then he should be attached. That's good. And then we will set him in the second hole. We will try that, to set him in the second lowest hole. It's done. Now we can test the pickup. The pickup is connected to an electronic vent, the green one. We can use it here manual, but I've set a timer. So if you push on this button, it should go. If you push on that one, it should go down. Yep, and if you push on the other one, it should go up. So that's already okay. Maybe we have to adapt the length of the change. You see, they are tight. They should not be tight. So we have to adapt the length of the chains. Last time when we built, we have set the depth on the third last hole, and I found that he left a lot of hay behind. So now we are going to try to lower the depth of the hole here in the second lowest hole. But for that we have to loosen the chains a little bit. Now we are in the, where are we now? Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 7th lock is now in. I think we should give it a little bit more. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's give it one more. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th lock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one. Should try it like this. Let's lower him and see if these chains are loose when we lower the pickup. So we lower the pickup. I think they are still tight. I think we should loosen them more. Let's lift the pickup again. Let's make it the third chain. The third chain. Let's try again. Now there's some slack. Let's try it like this. Maybe we can still lift him up if necessary. Now we'll lift him again. Now to set up the pressure, we're using one of the manual spools. And the pressure of the manual spools, they can be set here with those two knobs here in the back. So we will set them all open. I don't know which one the black is, but we will set them all open. So now we have full pressure on the manual spools. Now we will open the tailgates. And when we close the tailgate, then we give pressure. We will see on how much the pressure is set. Tailgate is free to move. Okay, let's lift the pickup so we don't forget. And now we give pressure with the manual spool to open the tailgate. And now we close the tailgate, and when it's closed, we keep the pressure on for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. And now you can see on the gauge how much pressure is set. He's going down. I don't know why. I really don't know why it's going down. But anyway, I think we should increase the pressure. This one is in working position. So we take an inbus square. And we should loosen this inbus here. And then when we turn the knob here in that direction, we increase the pressure. Let's try now how much pressure he has. It's strange that the gauge is going down after a while. I don't remember that. Let's give pressure to close the tailgate. Now the pressure is staying on, and we have 140 bar. Maybe we can leave it a little bit more. Give pressure. 110, almost 160. I will leave it like that. Now we tight here again, the inbus. Okay, that's done. So now we are ready to go. Normally, let's go then. Okay, let's close down the house and we can start. The only thing I still have to do is to connect the 12 volt for the electronics. That's this cable here. It's just too short. The connector is just too short to fit in the cap, but I still have to do something about that. For the rest, everything is connected, nothing is clamped. Only the monitor inside, I still have to connect the monitor inside. For the rest, everything is done. This one is secured, that one is low. Okay, let's switch on the monitor. That's also something. Hey, you have to push it, keep it a few seconds, I think. Yeah, it's starting up now. Okay. Then we press F1 to unlock. Now we are ready to go, and we have the four there, that's 4 layers of net. I think we can lower that down, that's with this switch here. 3.5, I remember well, 3.5. Now push OK. That's the counter of the bales already done. We are in auto mode to go to the counter. The counters, where was it again? I don't know. Where was the counters? There, the bales maybe? Yeah. That's counter 1. Let's go clear maybe. Yeah, now we cleared counter 1. Okay, we can go back to the baler. And then F1. Okay, now the counter is cleared. And we are in auto mode, so we should start winding when the first bale is set. Okay, let's go. We still have time enough. If something goes wrong, we can still call someone for backup, or I'll let the work do by someone else, but let's stay positive. Everything will be alright. Huh? The sun is shining, like they say. Yeah. I don't know, I hope you can see the camera. Maybe the monitor is in the way, I don't know. Let's go to the field. We first go so we go setting forward. F2, use the pedal, the stick. We will first go to this field here in front of my house, and we will make 2 bales. just to check everything. And then we take two other fields that are further away. So, and then we continue this field and another smaller field when you are finished. I do that in case not all the hay fits into the round bales. I can still take the small square baler to finish up some hay if needed. Let's slow down here. At the gate it's a bit narrow, but it should be okay. Yes, it's okay. Okay guys, here we go. Alright guys, exciting. So we select a PTO 540 refs. Okay, here we go. Switch on PTO. Maybe we open here the window a little bit so we can hear the machine. It's not a bad idea. Machine is running fine. No strange noises. We lower the pickup. Give it a refs. Okay, 540. Now we drive slowly, we go ahead. Just giving. Why is that round bar not turning? Turning. Should give the stop indication. You should almost get full, I hope. Come on, man. Why is he not? Yeah, almost full. Stop. Let's go back. You see, he's adding the net. The net is winding. Wow. I get an error. He's not stopping. Why is he not stopping? Come on. Why is he not stopping? He's not stopping winding net. Why is he not stopping? God damn! I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Why is he not stopping the net? I don't know. Why is he's not stopping the net? Well, damn! Why? Let's open the tailgate. I switched on off the PTO and then he stopped the net. Let's open the tailgate and kick out the wheel. No, that's... Let's go and check. I don't know what happened. It didn't kick out the bail. It didn't kick out the bail. Maybe because he's not running. He has to run. Yeah, now we kicked him out. Let's stop the PTO. Let's check what happened. He made the bail, but apparently he didn't cut the net. Why? I don't know why. Why is it not always right? Let's try to cut the hand by hand. Why didn't he cut the net? The net is here all. Switch on the PTO. Pressure is on. Okay. Forward direction. Revs. Lower the pickup and let's go. Higher the pickup. Take another row. Lower the pickup. Full indicator. Stop. Net is running. Okay, eject signal. got the eject signal, and now why is it not giving me a close again? Pressure. Okay, now we can go again. Let's check that bail. Let's check that bail. But now it went okay, I have the impression. Yeah, that's good. It went okay this time. Okay, that's good. Let's take one more here in this field. Battery is gone almost. Okay, switch on PTO. Give it the revs. Forward. Lower PTO, lower pickup. And we go off. He's not leaving much hay behind, so I think it's better to have him in position 2 than instead of position 3 like we did last time. corners through a problem. We do that last time. Let's try to make another bill first. And then we can pass over the corners again later. Yep, 90% mark. Stop. The net is binding. Three and a half times. Okay. Open the tailgate. I suppose that's okay. It doesn't say to close, but I suppose we can close. Keep the pressure on for a few seconds. Now we are ready to go. Okay. Switch off PTO. Okay, it's working. It seems that it's. I don't know what happened with the net there the first time. I don't know. So that's a nice bail again. So that's a really nice bail. Really good. Okay, what I will do now, we will close again and then we do first the other two fields and then we come back here. So we close, but I don't have a spare battery anymore. I think I will check inside, but I don't think I have a spare battery. Let me go inside to check if I have a spare battery. Yes guys, we are now at the third field and it's going very smooth, no problem so far. Just the only hiccup at the beginning. Just it's 10% battery left, but I just wanted to share this. And also for myself for a record. But now it's going very well. Drive too fast because the border rows are rather thick. In the corners you have to go well over the row so that the row stays in the middle of the pickup. We try to do that. Also the whole of the pit, yeah, almost finished. Stop sign. Now he's winding, the net is winding. I cut the net. That's a sign to open the tailgate. Now we ejected the roll He's not telling you to close the tailgate, but we can close him. We can close him. And we keep it, when closed, we keep it for a while to build up the pressure, and then he is telling us that we can continue. Lower the pickup, we can continue. So if we have done 7 bales, 8 one with the first one. Okay guys, keep the rest of the battery. So guys, everything went well except for the first bale. I don't know what happened there, but for the rest everything was baled very smoothly. This is the last bale, but it was not completed. There was not hay enough to complete the last bale, but he managed to make him. Unless it's one thing, this snow is very light. There is no pressure around it. That's the thing with the fixed bale balers. The center of the bale is not compressed. It's only the outer layers that are compressed. But this one, okay, I don't have to pick it up by hand, and I don't have to make small bales. But it's light. For the rest, it went very well. The machine makes nice bales. It's 300 kilo. It makes very nice bales, that machine. So, for being the simplest machine, it makes very nice bales. Okay guys, I thank you for watching. It was interesting. And now I have also a record for myself for next year. But this was better, using this hole. Last year we used the third last hole, and then he left much more material on the field. Using this hole, then it's ideal. Okay guys, thank you for watching. It's always a problem to switch off the terminal, because that's the on-off switch. But when you press it, it's just restarting. And if you keep it pressed, it doesn't switch off. I don't know, that's something strange. I have no clue. Now it's switched off. Maybe you have to do it twice. Just to switch on, you keep it pressed for a few seconds. No, you keep it pressed for a few seconds. Yeah, until it starts, and then he's initializing. So now he's ready for use, and to switch it off until it becomes blank, you release. Now you switch off from the first time. I don't know. It's very strange, that terminal. Now we switched off from the first. Let's try again. Switch on. We keep it pressed for a few seconds. We release. Now we switch off. We keep it pressed longer. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds. And now it switches off. Now I switched off short. I don't know. It's a strange terminal to switch on and off. If someone has a clue how to do it correctly, please tell me, because I don't know. Now he switches off correctly. I don't know. Again, one more time. Switch on, short, and now he switches on. Initializing. Now we are ready to go. Switch off. It's just switch off. It doesn't switch off. Now he switches off. I don't know. He switched off. I don't know. I don't know. Here we see the contractor winding